The dog, man's best friend, a creature of boundless energy, loyalty, and a capacity for snack theft that's truly unparalleled. When you gaze into the eyes of your pet poodle, corgi, or even that indeterminate mix that's got a bit of everything, have you ever stopped to wonder just how this age-old friendship came to be? Imagine, if you will, a world some 30,000 years ago. The landscape's vastly different, our accommodations much less cozy, and Netflix hasn't been invented. Our ancestors, quite hairy and a tad smelly, often settled down after a day's hunt, warming their hands over fires and munching on the spoils of the hunt. It was probably during one of these prehistoric barbecues that the first interaction with proto-wolves happened. While many of these wolves were wild and kept their distance, a select few, driven by hunger, curiosity, or both, ventured closer to the alluring smell of roasted meat. These early wolves were certainly not the menacing figures that Hollywood would have us believe. Many were tentative, curious, and remarkably sociable. These brave souls, or snouts rather, risked the unknown for a scrap of food, leading to the first interactions with humans. Over time, a silent pact was formed. You give us food, and we'll help guard your tribe. Thus, the world's most enduring partnership began. Fast forward a few thousand years, with these animals now more dog than wolf, sharing spaces and roles within human tribes. As sentinels, hunting partners, and sometimes the furry pillow during a cold night, these canines carved out an irreplaceable niche in our lives. But being the endlessly tinkering species that we are, humans thought, why not refine this? Thus began an era of intentional breeding. An ambitious tribal leader wanting a faster hunting partner didn't look to the birds. He turned to the swift-footed canines, breeding them to produce even quicker descendants. Another, living in the frigid north, needed strength and endurance. By selecting the sturdiest dogs, he birthed a lineage of sled pullers. And for the most audacious hunting mammoths was passé, it was polar bears they were after. And believe it or not, there were dogs bred for that express purpose. Now, if you think that's where the tail peaks, you're in for a surprise. A few time zones away, and many centuries later, an intriguing experiment was brewing in Russia. Silver foxes, creatures of undeniable charm but wild disposition, became the subject of a unique study. Scientists, probably with too much time on their hands, decided to see what would happen if only the friendliest foxes were allowed to breed. The results were nothing short of astonishing. Within a few generations, these foxes began to exhibit dog-like traits. Floppy ears, curly tails, and, believe it or not, a penchant for barking. More than their behavior, even their appearances changed. They developed patterns and fur colors that were starkly different from their wilder counterparts. This experiment didn't just redefine what we knew about domestication, it shed light on our own history with dogs. Those changes in the foxes hinted at the evolutionary paths our early dogs might have taken. Simply put, by unconsciously selecting the friendliest wolves around our ancient campfires, we might have set off a chain reaction leading to the myriad breeds we know today. And what a plethora of breeds it is. Our history books are teeming with references to dogs of all shapes and sizes. From the Saluki, which can trace its lineage back to ancient Middle Eastern civilizations, to the Samoyed, an incredibly fluffy gift from the Siberian folks, our past is intrinsically linked with these creatures. Even the noble Chow Chow, with its lion-like mane and unique black tongue, boasts of tales where it marched alongside Mongolian tribes. As societies grew and the world moved from wide-open spaces to urban jungles, our needs evolved, and so did our dogs. Compact breeds like the Pekingese and Shih Tzus became favorites, fitting perfectly in the laps of Chinese nobility. And in the Americas, the Aztecs found warmth and relief in the tiny Chihuahua, using them as living hot water bottles. In the Victorian era, innovation took another turn with the turn-spit dog, a breed specifically designed to run in a wheel, which in turn rotated a spit. Essentially, they were the canine version of a kitchen appliance. However, with the advent of modern technology, many such specialized breeds faded into history. However, our pursuit of the perfect breed hasn't always been rosy. The rigorous, sometimes ruthless breeding to maintain purity in certain breeds led to a plethora of health issues. From the labored breathing of the bulldog to the hip dysplasia commonly seen in German shepherds, our obsession with perfection has sometimes been detrimental to our furry friends. In essence, the journey from wolf to dog is not just a tale of domestication, but a testament to the enduring bond between man and canine. It's a tale of mutual respect, of evolution and innovation, and above all, of an unconditional love that's lasted millennia. So the next time your dog gives you those puppy eyes or brings you a slobber-covered ball, remember, it's a story 30,000 years in the making.